you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Hello, Mike.
That is a fancy sweatshirt. I want one.
It really is. You can have one by going to the Detroit Cast. Go to DetroitCast.com under the Help the Show tab, and you can order your own sweatshirt.
That is a dope. I love that logo.
The embroidery pops, doesn't it?
Yes, it sure does. Yeah, I like that a lot. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Boy, we're getting absolutely what we thought we were going to get out of this the Kavanaugh story.
Yeah.
Are we not? Is this exactly where you expected to be?
Totally.
Yeah, I mean,
the one side saying the FBI investigation is incomplete.
Yeah.
You know, why not look into it further? Another side going, enough already, just vote.
Yeah, they're gonna take a vote. It sounds like.
Yeah.
And the FBI report dropped yesterday, I guess, and we don't get to see. No one gets to see it. The one question I had for you though is like, Dr. Ford wasn't interviewed, and neither was Kavanaugh. Doctor wasn't interviewed, and her law team is appalled by this. It's like
they were questioned for hours.
I know, but the thing is, they're like, this is unbelievable. They didn't even interview her, and it's like, okay, well, what does she have to say that hasn't already been said?
Yeah.
Obviously, she's sitting on something that you know of that only the FBI was going to be able to pull out of her.
I guess maybe respond to certain things that have come up since. For example, the boyfriend who said she helped prep. Polygraph taker.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Both sides could be mad about her not getting talked to and him not getting talked to. So it's just, to me, it's just, you know.
Well,
no,
I
know
that plays into the notion that why not take more time and just complete it, do something more complete. And it's like, well, where does it end? You know,
yeah.
At some point,
it ends after the midterm day.
Yeah.
That's when it ends. Then it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, that's the answer, I guess.
I guess we're not allowed to see this at all, and I guess this is customary with federal judges, like the background checks we don't get access to.
Yeah, we haven't seen his prior 6 ones either.
Right. But I guess that they've got this like one sheet of paper the FBI turned over, and it's got, you know, what they found.
Good to go.
And so the senators each get to go in one by one and look at the piece of paper. No cameras, no pictures, no nothing.
So like a skiff or whatever they call that.
Yeah,
where you view confidential, top secret stuff.
Exactly. And so they go into this secret locked room and no cameras or anything, and they go in there and like, I don't know.
Everything here looks in order.
Test their reading retention. They're not allowed to take notes or anything.
Let me see. I've got a D next to my name, so I am appalled at this one sheet that I'm reading.
Yeah.
And then the guy with the R next to his name goes, "Yep, good enough. When's the vote? Let's get going with this thing." Perfect. So yeah, this is exactly what we knew would happen, which is there's no corroborating evidence. You're not going to be able to prove shit. And so this is just a giant waste of time and money and resources. I don't know who this bodes best for long term. You know, I've heard arguments on both sides. This will be good for the Republicans. Oh, yeah, it'll bring out the base for midterms. And
it probably fires up both sides to an extent, right?
Yeah, I think I was saying it the other day. I think we're going to get 100% voter turnout. It's going to be like, for the first time ever, we're going to get
to a midterm.
To a midterm, exactly. I was asking yesterday, I'm like, have you ever voted in a midterm? I don't even know if I've ever voted in a midterm. But he's like, fuck, I'm voting this time. I'm like, yeah, I think 100% of the country is going to be voting in the coming elections. Did you see Connie Chung? Her open letter?
Yeah, Chung came out and talked about a episode of sexual abuse in her past, like when she was 20 or something.
Yeah, she was a virgin and a doctor. She was going to the doctor for house calls.
You know, a lot of people may not realize who Connie Chung is. She's been off the map for a while, right? Isn't she like 70 or so? She was
72.
She's a long time, I think, CBS reporter.
Yeah,
right?
30 years or so in the business and married Maury Povich.
Right.
That
she married Maury Povich.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was like a power couple. Kind of one of those early power couples.
Really big, like in the probably early 90s. She was huge.
Yeah. Was she? Why did I want to say that she did some like entertainment reporting too? Wasn't she like
maybe
Entertainment Tonight, but then got more into like CBS News?
Yeah, she was
credibility.
Seemed to be one of the first females who really got that high attention spot, like on nightly news and things.
Yeah,
she was big.
And she just disappeared, man.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like we talked about.
Good for her.
Hey, man,
go sit
you
on
made
an
your
island.
money. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Here, I was in my prime. I made this, and now I don't have to do this anymore.
Right.
And so, bye. And her coming out, she basically wrote an open letter to Christine Blasey Ford saying she believes her, and because she was sexually assaulted 5 decades ago and hasn't said a word to anybody.
Yeah. And has vivid memories of that.
Right.
That assault.
I don't remember the exact date or the time.
Mm-hmm.
She spoke out. Let's see. Dear Christine, I too was sexually assaulted not 36 years ago, but 50 years ago. I've kept my dirty little secret to myself. Silence for 5 decades. This guy was a trusted family doctor, and she went to see him to ask for birth control.
Hold on. Back up, though. Wasn't it the doctor who delivered her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is weird. Huh?
Working out of his house, too. He had like
Why
an
would
office.
you go for him for birth control? I would go to any other doctor that delivered me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
How weird is that? You have a doctor deliver you, and that doctor serves as your general practitioner doctor like the rest of your life.
28 years later, like, I want to fuck, but I do not want a kid, and I want you to, like,
I know you pulled me out of a vagine. I want to make sure nothing gets pulled out of my vagine by you. So
I just would go to any other, whatever, though.
So she goes to see the doctor to ask for birth control. Exact date and year are fuzzy, but details of the event are vivid. Forever seared in my memory. Am I sure who did it? Oh, yes, 100% sure. She was in her early 20s and a virgin when she went to see this guy. Again, I cannot remember the exact date or even year, yet I can still describe the following in detail. He drew the curtain, asked me to remove my clothes below the waist while he sat at his desk by the bay window. When I was ready, he came to the exam area and installed stirrups on one end of the cushioned exam table. At this point, I'd be going, wait, dude, can you just write me a script? Like, what are we doing here, man?
He had to install them? He knew she was coming in, like, no offense, like, he knew this appointment was coming. If he was gonna try, why didn't he do this beforehand? Why did he wait till she's in there, like, oh shit, let me get these, I forgot about these.
Yeah, plug these in.
Like, did he have to, you know what I mean, wrench them in and shit?
While I stared at the ceiling, his right index finger massaged my clitoris. With his right middle finger inserted into my vagine, he moved both fingers rhythmically. He coached me verbally in a soft voice. Just breathe. You're doing fine.
What the fuck?
God damn, dude. Suddenly, to my shock, I had an orgasm for the first time in my life.
That must have been confusing.
Yeah. I know. When I first saw that she had an orgasm, and I was like, well, what are we complaining about?
It's not a selfish lover.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I mean,
she was in her 20s by the time she had her first orgasm, too.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that happens for a lot of chicks.
Does it?
That's not common for guys. All the faces in the room are like, whoa.
20s.
I think I had my 13. I don't know, 12.
So she has this orgasm. My body jerked several times. Then he leaned over, kissed me a peck on my lips, and then slipped behind the curtain to his office area. I don't remember saying anything to him. I could not even look at him. God, this is so creepy.
I don't care how
Dude's
many
in his 60s.
Did she hear a faint, "You're welcome"?
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Enjoy that. Gives her a peck on the lips.
I just don't fucking get it. I'm not saying rape is okay, but what is in? No, but what is in it?
Are you sure you're not E?
Wait,
Are you sure?
You're on record now.
But why aren't you doing that? What is in it though to just do these fucking like
Spank
fingerings?
bank, dude. Spank bank.
I guess.
It's a power move.
Yeah, you would think.
I can't get over it. Every time we'll tell a story, every time you do a story, I will always be confused.
Got to be some. He's overpowering her. He's victimized her. That gets him off later. Thinking about it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He's a doctor. He's already powerful. Like, what do you? I don't know.
I just don't get it.
Well,
I never
let me
will.
just see if I can't ruin this girl's life.
Seriously.
Just diddle her away and see if we can't destroy a person.
She got off. I mean, what's the problem?
What more does she want? I mean, is there any medical reason for that? Like, well, I don't want to prescribe birth control unless I make sure everything's
Ask
in working
Larry
order.
Nasser if there's a reason for it. Could probably come up with a single page of an archaic medical document.
Yeah. I was working on her back pain. She was complaining about it. I just couldn't reach all the way in, so I had to stick a fist in her. Christ. And I believe every word of this from Connie Chung.
Sure.
I mean, I have no reason to doubt her. She's a credible news source, I believe. She was terrified to reveal this in public, and I thought this was really sad too. I never thought about this, but she revealed how scared she was to even come out publicly with these allegations because she was terrified that this could cast her as a victim and mean her legacy as a TV journalist for 30 plus years is relegated to a footnote. And it's like, yeah, that would suck, man. If it's like Connie Chung, oh yeah, the one that was diddled by her doctor. You know what I mean? Instead of thinking Maury Povich, like you should.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that would suck.
You
That happens. Like O.J. Simpson, hardly anyone talks about his genius Bills career anymore.
Yeah.
You know, you kill two people and all of a sudden it's all anyone wants to talk about.
Yeah. Nobody remembers his great Hertz commercials running through the airport.
Hadn't thought about him in years. It's
Nobody.
Not fair. It's not fair.
Hey, everybody. You have an annual physical to make sure that you're healthy. What do you do, however, each year? What do you do each year to make sure that you remain financially fit? Our friend Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial specializes in thoughtful and objective investment guidance designed to keep your finances in shape. So call him today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark. We can't recommend Mark higher. He's a great dude. Give him a call.
Yeah.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
I'm not even going to bother with Michael Avenetti's newest accuser.
Oh.
You know, I guess apparently Kavanaugh was just spiking drinks with Quaaludes and stuff, and, you know, so I would expect nothing.
Dude, I will say, I saw this on, I think it was Instagram or Twitter. Somebody started a hashtag or a thing going like, what would women do if men had a curfew?
Oh,
and
yeah, 9 p.m. curfew. Yeah. I saw it trending.
Dude, and it was like, I don't even want to laugh about it. I'm like, it's kind of funny, but I didn't realize how many women just want to go on walks at night, apparently. And I can't, but it's like, it's kind of funny.
Terrible, dude.
Right, it's kind of funny just to kind of like, oh my God, all these women, I can't believe they can't go on these walks. But then when you really think about it, I do think like, oh my God, how shitty that is.
Yeah, we've talked about that
I've
in
never
context
thought
of
about
joggers, right?
Never.
Just the fact that you and I go run in Easus and we never even
I
think
go in
about
trails all the time and I see one solo
any
girl.
time of day, it'd be dark, early morning, whatever. You just go.
Right.
And man, you don't. I mean, I think about Gab all the time when she goes out or something. Like, where are you going? Where are you going to be?
Yeah.
Do you have your Tiger
Phone
Lady claw with you?
Does she carry it with her?
No, she's never friggin' no.
She should.
I know.
I seriously.
Every time she gets back, I'm like, Tiger Lady claw. Oh, I forgot.
She didn't forget,
dude. Yeah, that's. I wanted to get one for Beth at Christmas. I forgot.
Jay, I think she's lying to you. I hate to tell you this, but
Gab can take care of herself. But dude, it just takes one. It just takes one asshole.
Yeah, why not rake a guy across the face if he's trying to get you?
Yeah, you get his DNA and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's awful, man. What I saw that hashtag though too. It was like, yeah, I get to walk outside my house after 9 p.m. and leave my door unlocked.
And it's like I said, to me, there is something kind of weirdly, like I laughed, like, oh my God, I didn't realize all these girls want to go on walks. But then you really think about it and it's like, holy fuck, that's so terrible. And I do feel bad about that.
It's awful. It's the one, it is the one good thing about the hashtag Me Too movement that we've seen is just how ignorant I was. Like, I had no idea this much troubling shit was going on in the world that women had to deal with. I just wasn't that aware of it.
I think it's like, to me, it's like when I go running, for example, I see girls by themselves solo, and I know this is obvious maybe, but like, I guess I just can't even fathom the idea that's like,
her into
oh my
a bush.
God, let me just tackle her down, maybe I'll rub my dick on her butt or some shit, and it's like, no, but I can't fathom it. But I guess it's just way more common than we realize, and it's too bad.
There's no coming back from that either. Like, when you make the decision, like,
oh no, there isn't.
I'm gonna tackle this girl into the bushes.
Like, when you tackle her and I'm like, oh shit,
you're that guy now.
This was dumb.
Yeah, bad idea. My bad. Sorry about that. No. Yeah, it's no coming back.
By the way, guys, you know what we talk about on this show? I just realized this when you're talking about this too. Like, we talk on the show about how you can't do like a facial tattoo. Oh, you can't be a burglar if you have very distinctive facial tattoo.
Yeah.
Dude, this haircut has put me into that category. I, for the next month, can't do shit.
Keeping you on the straight and narrow. That's good.
If I was gonna tackle a girl on a run, this would not be the time to do it.
You'd have to kill her. Make sure no one was around.
Right.
Just picture a witness. Well, he was a tall, gangly, mangy-looking man.
But his hair, I mean, the drawing,
he was bald.
His
with
body type
bangs.
was somewhat like a star-bellied sneetch from Seuss books, and his hair was mangy.
It was mange, but shaved at the same time.
It
with
seemed
long bangs.
It seemed intentional in a way,
almost Hasidic, if you will, in parts.
I mean, look at this. If I were to do something with this hair,
can you imagine the composite, dude? The sketch, freaking Easus and his dumb glasses, his dumb pubes pasted to his face, and then his stupid head hair. God. Big nose, big teeth.
My mom continues to if I go on runs in the neighborhood, my mom is like, could you wear a hat? I'm like, for one, we don't even talk to the fucking neighbors anyways. So I don't even know why it matters. And as if this is gonna be the thing where neighbors like, that guy's a weirdo.
Yeah, that guy
Like-
pooping in my pine tree is a weirdo. Look at his hair.
Right.
Wait, what did the
His hair proves it. He's a weirdo.
honey? You know the kid that usually poops on our pine trees? Yeah. Have you seen his new haircut? That kid's
What a
fucking
weirdo.
Weird.
I have noticed like
he is weird.
a few times. I don't run into people that often, but sometimes I do, and I have noticed people that will wave, and I think, oh my god, I wonder what they think. Like I do
Yeah.
wonder what they think. Like they must think it just is a bat. I would assume.
Why
like I
hasn't
can't.
he
Would
fixed
someone
that yet?
Would someone wear this?
That's what they're thinking. Like,
Would they think that I would wear this? Like just
Oh,
like, yep,
God.
this is my style.
it should be your new style.
I agree.
Have you thought about any of the braiding we've suggested?
Nah, just
No.
it's too much work. I'm not gonna keep that up. And
No?
I
don't
don't
braid it
care.
once, and
They
then
look cool.
I don't.
who's gonna
care,
do
but-
it? He can't do it himself. I'm sure as hell not doing
Someone
it.
would
You're
have
the
to-
only one that knows how to braid properly in the room, Jay.
You know what's funny? My mom, she did mention to me the other day. She's like, I think she had this thought that I would like. I kind of softened to her below, but hey, don't worry. If I'm at home, I'll wear a hoodie, whatever. And I don't. I've stopped. I don't at all. Like you can see, I'm not even wearing a hoodie today. And she finally was like, "Are you proud of that haircut?" And I'm like, I don't know. I just don't care. But she's like, I think now she's convinced that I'm loving it, and it's not wrong.
Another kick in the nuts to the Fady parents.
Hi, Mrs.
God.
Fady. Sorry about what
Shit.
who your son is and what he's done. Apologize.
Hey, there's worse sons out there.
That's right. The rapist one.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did you see this open letter to Senator Cory Booker
Yeah.
from Rand Paul's wife,
Yeah.
Kelly Paul? It's 9:00 at night, and as I watch out the window, a sheriff's car slowly drives past my home. I'm grateful that they have offered to do extra patrols, as someone just posted our home address and Rand's cell phone number on the internet. All part of a broader effort to intimidate and threaten Republican members of Congress and their families. I now keep a loaded gun by my bed. Jesus. And our security systems have had to be expanded. I have never felt this way in my life. In the last 18 months, our family has experienced violence and threats of violence at a horrifying level. I will never forget the morning of the shooting at the baseball practice, the pure relief and gratitude that that other asshole was shot, not my Rand. She was grateful for that. He was not okay last November when a violent and unstable man attacked him from behind while he was working in our yard, breaking 6 ribs.
That was a crazy story.
Dude, so there was another, well, a lot, dude.
It was the disposal of the yard waste, right? That was the
Mhm.
issue. They had
Wasn't
had
his name Boucher too?
Yes.
Like Bobby Boucher.
Some high quality H2O.
And he went over there and just stuck the shit out of little
Breaking
Rand
6 ribs?
6 ribs and like hurting, banging a lung up.
Yeah.
What happened to
damage
a
lung.
lawnmower after he hit him? Did it just keep going?
Well, if it had a proper shut off, it wouldn't. No.
Okay.
If you release the
if
handle.
you release it, you know.
Okay.
So there were multiple bouts of pneumonia. Kentucky's Secretary of State Allison Grimes recently joked about it in a speech, and MSNBC commentator Casey Hunt, I'm assuming that's Mike's sister, laughingly said so on the air that the Rand assault was one of her favorite stories.
Kind of. Yeah.
Like, it's a dickish thing to say, but I was like, yeah, kind of with her. That just
I'm not the guy
visual.
with the 6 broken ribs, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty friggin' crazy.
Dude, it was when we saw like their 2 houses from above and saw the distance and where Rand was, and it was like the visual of Mr. Boucher, like, that's it, it's go time,
Kicking his
kicking
screen
that
door.
screen door and just full sprint, because you'd have to be in a full sprint.
And Rand with his huge cans on, just listen to the ball game or something, and
Bam! Just out of no, it'd be like your whole Achilles worry.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, all of a sudden I feel like I got shot. Like, dude, that would be, and there's nothing worse than that jolting feeling when you don't see a hit coming.
and then I gotta believe some fisticuffs were thrown, right? You don't just stick
Yeah, what does it
somebody
just
without.
end and then
Yeah.
it just walks away?
Yeah, Boucher's got to throw in a couple punches, right?
I don't
Or do
know.
you just
Maybe
stick him and you get up and walk away.
Maybe once you stick him, it's like, oh fuck, that's a sitting senator, and he looks really hurt.
We just
he's
back up to the house.
sorry about that. This was over waste in the yard.
Bag up.
Just gonna forget this ever happened. He's crying on the ground.
Yeah.
Ran with his perm, sitting there crying on the ground with 6 cracked ribs. I hear that's the worst pain too.
Mhm.
Like, you can't
They
breathe.
can't do shit for it,
cough,
right? Isn't that the deal?
sneeze. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can kind of wrap a bandage around your body, but it doesn't do shit to like heal them. They just have to heal.
Yeah, God forbid you sneeze, right?
Yeah. Earlier this week, So she goes on to say that Bette Midler, Cher, and others have lauded his attacker on Twitter. I hope these women never have to watch someone they love struggle to move or even breathe for months on end. And then she's talking about how he was accosted at an airport, people in his face, fuck you. And she said, Senator Booker, you personally, I would like you to come out and denounce your previous comments. I don't know why she wouldn't say the same thing to Maxine Waters. You see him at the gasoline station.
Dude, I tell you, some of this shit, like if I was Cruz, even like when we looked at that video, last week or whenever that was, I swear to God, I'm just stubborn. I would just sit there and fucking eat my meal.
I think you would.
No, and I would let them just
require the proprietor to kick them out.
I'd just sit there.
Right?
I would just sit there and eat my meal. I'd order another beer and just like, and I would. The problem is I'd feel bad for if I was me. If I was Ted Cruz, obviously he would feel bad for his like family. But like, but if for some reason that was just like me and Mike out to eat, and they're like, "Oh, there's Senator Fady," I'd be
hilarious.
I'd be like, "Nope, we're sitting here, my man.
Yeah,
you want another? You want to get dessert,
dude?
Grab me some more Arby's sauce.
Right.
I got 2 more sandwiches to finish."
Exactly.
You've just engaged in a political game of chicken at this point too, because like, if you sit there for an hour and you have coffee afterwards, maybe a dessert, and
I will take the dessert today. Yes,
yeah,
I would like
let's
to
roll
see
that tray over
the
here.
menu over one more time. I would like to try that.
Hilarious.
And these people are just like, they're out of breath now. They've been there for an hour and a half, just like, vote no.
Shame.
Survivors. I believe her.
Seriously, somebody engage in a game of chicken with these people.
Dude, that's so what I would do. I would just make them.
I know you would.
Right.
I know you would.
I would.
That is a decent move.
Just
honestly.
It's just ride it out. See how long
what are they gonna do?
Scream. Can you scream shame for a stranger?
The owner will have to get them. Even if he
the owner would absolutely react and call police and have them removed.
Because even if he doesn't want to look like he's siding with the the rapists or whatever, he still couldn't just have these people yelling for 2 hours.
No. He's got other patrons, presumably.
That's right. I would let it go personally because I want to see who gives up first. If Senator Fady leaves the restaurant, or if the shame screamers end up going, fuck, all right.
I'll tell you this right now. If I swear to God, if I was in a situation where people were yelling at me in a restaurant,
you might join in.
I would stay till 2. I'd stay until it was closing time if I had to. I would not leave.
Just sit there nursing beer after beer after beer. Maybe
I'll get an Uber ride home. I won't drive. I won't be irresponsible. But
Senator Fady has been in this restaurant for 9 hours.
They're flipping chairs up on the tables. Sir, we need to mop.
My Uber will be here momentarily. Give me one more beer for the road. No, it's funny to joke about this sort of stuff, but dude, this is really bad for the country. This is really dangerous. You and I have talked about it a lot of times, and it's new. And there's always a psychopath out there. There's always an idiot that's going to make a death threat, or a former Navy sailor that's going to send rice into the fucking White House.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that shit's always going to happen. But by having these people with these massive platforms and leadership roles, you're encouraging this behavior. You're seeing it like gasoline on a fire. Like, we've never seen this before.
Yeah, there's fringers on both sides who are frankly mentally ill and just waiting for some sort of direction from somebody credible.
Mm-hmm.
And that is super dangerous. You saw it on the ball field. Steve Scalise,
that's right. He's the
whip who
got shot in the hip. He almost died from that too. I did not know. You do not want to be shot in the hip, apparently.
Good to know. I'll think next time I think I'm going to get shot, I'll make sure it's not the hip. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Our good friends at Zotford & Holly are excited to offer their interest rate amnesty program for a very short time. If the interest rate or payment on your current vehicle is too high, Zotford will help you solve that problem. Process is easy. Hop in your current turd mobile, head to Zotford & Holly, pick a shiny new or pre-owned whip, choose your new payment option, and start enjoying your fresh new ride today. Surf their sick inventory at dealsonthed.com.
What is that sticker on your laptop, Jay? I believe that's new.
Oh,
is that a baby?
It's a baby Buddha with headphones on.
Oh, is that like a EDM thing?
Where I got that was from a yoga dude who had set up at the expo, last year's expo, the Detroit Free Marathon. Prior to the marathon, you go down there and you pick up your bibs and shirts and all that stuff. And there's like an expo
where it stinks.
What?
Is that the marathon?
He's talking about that's the same thing, but Mike, he's talking about something. You do this before the day of you cannot show up the day of event. It's like Friday or Saturday.
You go get your shit, basically final registration, and then there's an expo with a bunch of vendors. And so this came from a vendor.
Nice.
Yeah,
I kind of like it, actually.
I know. It's sweet, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Did you see, speaking of unhinged assholes, did you see these people having at the pro-choice, they're the anti-abortion activists.
It's the guy who kicked the woman?
Yes.
Yeah.
This piece of shit. So outed though. He's already been fired from his job. He's a hairdresser. He's a male hairdresser.
Would have never thought that.
Dude, seeing this guy wind up and kick a fucking girl. She's pretty cute too. She's taking part in this peaceful protest against abortion, and her name is Marie Claire Bissonnette. After she accused him of vandalizing, so this asswipe is showing up there where these guys are like anti-abortion. They believe that, I don't know, you're killing a human being, and that's murder. It's wrong. And so this guy shows up with a mark with a Sharpie and starts like writing on people, fucking with their signs.
Yeah.
Do you have the video, E? Here's this guy looks like a royal asshole.
Look at his pants.
Is that him there?
Are those
Yeah,
Uggs?
in the purple.
Oh my God, those
Is
are
he wearing
Uggs.
Uggs with
You can kind of
beautiful yoga pants?
Yep.
It's hard to confuse everybody. But still, it's better to be, you want to kill him with kindness, remember?
That's right. What?
With a flower in
They
his
actually
hair.
have people filming you the whole time. Which is why I say kill with kindness.
Guess what? Hey.
Destruction of private property. It's against the law.
Somebody gets raped by somebody, and they're like, I'm a 16-year-old and I can't have this baby.
This argument.
Dude, look at that old man behind them.
It's a baby. If someone is raped and she gave birth and she decided to kill
He's a
her
mouth
3-year-old
breather.
child.
I meant to get
And that's how we solve that disagreement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that-
And they're
What?
like, I'm a 16-year-old and I can't have this baby.
He's wearing a pentagram.
Yeah.
Look at that. I just can't get over this
yeah,
dude.
the guy in the back.
This
Yeah.
guy right here.
I'm struck by it too. He is a
Abortion
mouth
kills
breather.
children. It says.
Yeah. I mean, that is a dedicated soldier. I mean,
Is
he's
he
got-
wearing a Ken Bone cable knit sweater?
I mean,
yeah, absolutely he is.
Inspired by the Bone, out there protesting abortion.
He's just got the old man face.
He's got
dude.
the old man. That's a walker, a 3-wheeled walker. Are
I'm
we seeing
worried
there?
that he doesn't have a brake on that walker though, and it could get away from him.
Yeah.
We could end with a face plant for this gentleman if we're not careful.
He's got to have a handbrake. There's
I
no
hope so.
way.
I don't see one.
I don't
see
either.
one.
Boy, that's a unique little cycle too. It's a cart. It's a cart that you can put stuff in. He's chosen to put his abortion kills children sign in it because his hands are busy.
Help stabilize him for sure.
I mean, that dude so believes that abortion is wrong. He's like,
They must.
gotta like. I don't know if he put that sign together. My guess is he did not.
Yeah.
Right. It's pretty
that-
nice.
I mean, that looks really nice, and I
A
don't.
steady hand wrote those words.
Yeah, that was either pre-manufactured.
That is not a font applied by an 85-year-old man.
with a walker, and he's like, I got it. Where's my cart, honey? I'm going out there. I gotta support the team.
Everything in this photo is just a show humanity. Look at the people in this
Yeah.
one little
Blue
photo.
hair and-
You're right. I mean, this lady here, she's got this coat and her yoga pants as well. This girl's got her blue hair rocking. I don't know what this person is, and obviously,
Snapshot of America, baby.
Right. And this guy's
no,
with
this
a
is
kick.
Toronto, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Snapshot of
And-
Toronto.
and we're staring at this angry elf-looking weirdo
Yeah.
who's sucked more dicks than there actually have been abortions on the planet. Would be my guess. And he's
Let's see him
decided,
kick him one more
I've
time.
had enough. I'm gonna take.
If someone is raped and she gave birth and she
Here he
decided
goes.
to kill
Okay.
her 3-year-old child.
Dude.
What an asshole.
And then I think it continues there. I was trying to kick the phone.
Do not touch me. Someone call the cops.
I meant to kick your phone.
Why is that okay?
Yeah, that's equally not okay, dipshit.
Dude, I have to say, by the way, more and more, I used to kind of like be totally against abortion. Then I kind of went to Mike's side where I'm like, I don't, you know what, whatever. And more, I'm like, give me a real reason why it's okay. I want their real reason why it's okay that they're killing a person.
I know.
When a woman just says, it's my body, okay.
Yeah, well, no one's worried about your body. It's the body
Right.
inside you that they're worried about. you
I don't
killing.
know. It's just like more and more. I've just thought about it on my own and thought, like, give me a reason, a real reason.
Yeah,
you can, by the way,
Louis C.K. did.
you can put them up
did
for
a decent
abort. You can put them
stand-up.
up for adoption. By the way, okay. Worst case scenario.
Inconvenient.
Didn't Louis C.K. do something like that where he's like, these people, the pro-abortion or whatever, they feel this way, and then all these anti-abortion people, and if you think about their side, I mean, they think that there's like a murder of a child going on, like it's a human being and a child. You can see why they would be rather upset at that.
You can, right?
And it's like,
Yeah.
when you put it that way, you can totally see it. I mean, personally, I don't care, but I don't respect human life all that much. You know what I mean? But
Sad.
yeah, I know. Sure is. Anyway, this guy, he's Mike's brother, Jordan Hunt. is who he's been outed as. And Toronto police are looking into this. No arrests have been made. I guess once the cops were called, he hightailed it out of there.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yep.
Why?
I hope arrests are made.
I hope so too.
I hope we get a follow-up too.
Absolutely, dude. That dude. Oh, I was going after your phone. Oh, fuck yourself, man. Like, what do you? Oh, why was that okay? How about you have just a talk with somebody? How about you actually just listen to different sides?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Crazy.
It's degraded.
Yeah, debate anymore in this country is just gone. It's just gone. We see too many people behaving like this. It's rewarded. How many times we've seen it countless times?
As long as you're on the right side.
Some asshole, that chick I always mention who was on Dr. Phil's show. Cash Me Outside girl.
Yeah.
Who's like a millionaire now at 15 and playing sold out shows. Her celebrity came from being a cunt to her mom on national TV.
And it's just not monetary reward anymore. It's that psychic capital, It's the social media likes and the retweets and all that get people off.
Yeah.
And if you're on the side of social justice, or you're on the good side for your team, whatever team that is, then boy, you get, everybody, whether right or left, you tweet the right thing and you get that dopamine rush every time somebody supports your side.
It's weird.
And if you're a fucking loser who needs a dopamine rush to fucking feel important, then guess what? You're going to act like that every day.
There is something to that, though, when you're like, all of a sudden, a tweet that you put out there, all of a sudden it gets double what it usually gets as far as like likes or comments. You're like,
see, the funny
social
thing is,
media is designed to addict us and to prey on that.
It's
need.
working.
Yeah.
It's working very, very well.
That's so funny because I never thought about even though we've talked about it, I still haven't thought about it until just now. You're right. If all of a sudden I decided that I was going to prompt up left-wing thoughts, dude, I could probably just my followers and shit would probably go up like a motherfucker because then all my friends would just start going, oh shit, Eric's finally on board. Fuck yeah. No, but,
do a test. Do a test.
No, I'm good. I'm good
for like a week.
I like having just fun on my thing. So, but my stuff is all about fun and good vibes, man. As I've said before.
Hell yeah. Good for you, Easus. Yeah,
and you'd have to wipe out any thought that an unborn fetus is a life. So get ready for that.
That's
absolutely. It's a sad state we're in for sure with all of this stuff. It really is, and I don't see where it ends. It's not gonna. It's gonna keep going. You know what I mean? It just ramps up more and more. Did you see C.J. Fuller died?
Yeah, man.
Dude.
Former Auburn running back and
Clemson.
Clemson. Okay, and he was in the NFL for a while, right?
Was he? I don't know. I remember he was on the national championship team at Clemson, and I remember him being really good and thinking, oh man. But I in the stories I'm reading, I don't see anything like
tackle ball player, obviously.
Tackle ball, yeah, running back. Source extremely close to Fuller tells us the tackle ball star had gone to physical therapy to rehab his knee hours before his death, and it was clear something was wrong. Fuller tore his ACL playing flag tackle ball, and even then he's blowing a knee out just a couple weeks ago. Yeah, so he had surgery at the end of September to fix that. He goes to physical therapy for the first time on Wednesday. He gets back home to the house and he went to the ground and asked for water. People called an ambulance, rushed him to a nearby hospital. This all according to TMZ. He was pronounced dead a short time later. There are rumblings that Fuller's death was a direct result of complications from knee surgery. If that's true, congratulations to the Fuller family. Their life's about to change
you
radically.
Will be cashing in quite a hefty sum.
Pickens County coroner that TMZ spoke to says their death investigation is underway, but she notes nothing suspicious. Really? There's nothing suspicious in a 22-year-old just dropping dead for no reason. Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking of someone else. If he's only 22, I'm thinking of a different Fuller running back, but whatever.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, by the way, in case you were wondering, I'm just gonna throw this right here. Oh,
Jesus, here we go.
Yeah, it's not bad.
What'd he do?
Well, he's dead, so it might as well kick him out on our way out. By the way, lest you forget, he was arrested back in March for allegedly robbing someone at gunpoint in South Carolina.
Man!
Just want to include that in a story. If you were thinking about sending out any thoughts and prayers, all willy-nilly.
Remember, he wasn't perfect, so
yeah.
Hold your thoughts and prayers for someone who deserves them.
If you were thinking about having nice thoughts and remembrances of C.J. Fuller,
just
hold
remember this.
back, everybody.
Remember this.
Don't you forget. Did you see the cop that gets busted for taking a picture?
Yeah.
The Drake show.
Yeah.
Is this Here, I'll play the video for you.
Oh, sorry.
Is this what? What's your take on this, Mike?
Well, it's a public place. We all have cameras. Are we allowed to take pictures in public anymore or no? Of butts.
I mean,
On duty cop.
On duty cop. What is it? A Drake? He's at a Drake concert, and this is the opener. And
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You admiring it? Yep. That came out good.
people are saying that's even creepier. The fact that 2 minutes later he's pulled the picture up and he's like, "Yeah, check it out,
What a weirdo.
dude. Look at that big old fat butt in
I
front of
know.
him. He's a white cop, Houston cop. Is just like, yeah."
Horizontal stripes making it look even bigger.
In portrait, if you notice too, Jay.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Awful.
At least it would have been worse if he'd gone to landscape and then took to a knee. You know what I mean?
It's not like it's an upskirt. You're right. It is public. Is it boorish? Yes. Unprofessional? Yes.
Of course. You know, he's probably just going to send it to his buddies back at the station and be like, look, tough gig tonight.
Right.
On patrol, you know.
I do love this. To me,
I don't think he's going to go home and jack off to this picture, but who knows?
I don't know about that.
Who can say?
I would say that
Who
he
can
probably
say?
is, but I always love in my own mind. Just I know we've said it a million times, and it's hypocritical as fuck. But in like the TMZ article here, they say like, and even more creepy is that he looks at the pictures later. And I'm like, dude, I can go on the right side of TMZ every day and all this. Like, look at this hot chick in a bikini. Here she is on her spring break, and it's 20 pictures
of her tiny bikinis.
And I get that it's a story
TMZ
about.
is not suggesting you shouldn't look at scantily clad women or women in
I
dresses
know.
at concerts. The whole fucking premise of the story, is that it's a cop on duty at a concert.
I understand that, but I think it's just as. I don't think it's any less creepy that it's
I
like,
don't see the hypocrisy.
I do.
Houston PD has already taken action. They have launched an internal investigation.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Will it be sufficient?
I don't know. I want to know what the actions depicted on the video are not consistent with the expectations we have for our personnel. So there's an internal investigation launched. That sounds good. Why can't they just go, "Oh, that's Bill. Yeah, that's Bill. Hey, Bill, turn in your gun and badge. You can't be creeping on fucking young girls at concerts with your cell phone, dude." I mean,
they're just gonna put him at desk duty, I would guess. Honestly, he'll be back. He's not gonna be fired for this, right?
Union.
Union, you think they'll?
Union will decide what
Okay.
Yeah.
procedures take place.
God, the creepiness in the world. Another top CBS exec has been placed on leave following reports that he was making sexual comments to people. And what I found funny is, dude, he's CBS Television Studios Senior Vice President Vinnie Favale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vinny.
Whoa, hey, what's up, Vinny? I would expect nothing less from the Vinnie Favales of the world. If a Vinnie Favale cannot be making inappropriate comments to people,
It's
then
in
who
his
the
blood.
fuck can?
Yeah, it's in his blood. It's who he is.
One female executive said that Favale allegedly made sexual comments about Jennifer Hudson while he watched her rehearse for an appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert in 2015. I'll never forget the day he told me he got 4 erections from watching her perform. Oh, man, that chick's hot as shit. Vinny's getting 4 erections over
Wait a minute. What did he say? He was watching her perform, and he got 4.
He's watching her rehearse. Now, I don't know how many takes she did of the song, but he claims that, yeah, I got 4 erections.
Wait a
watching
minute.
her
What
perform.
happened to the first? I mean, unless he jacked off, how are they? Is he distinguishing between 1 and 4?
I don't know. Can you get 4 like if you don't do anything and you just calm yourself down, the erection goes down, and then it's like, don't look at her. Don't look at her. Oh man, I'm looking at her again. Fucking boom, rock again.
When is it between? I just don't know. That seems like that seems crazy to get 4 erections during one little watching period.
It does. It almost sounds like, he's just
An
kind
exaggeration?
of exaggerating.
Right.
Maybe.
Well, I wanted.
Whoa! You saying you don't believe Vinnie Favale when he says he got 4 erections? I'm not a liar. Vinnie Favale says he got 4 erections watching that performance. Vinnie Favale got 4 erections.
Oh.
During another incident, he allegedly used a sexual innuendo during a department show meeting from the Late Show. There was loud drilling outside, and he compared the noise to a black man having sex. There was a big drill. We looked outside and went to the window. Favale was like, "Whoa, looks like that drill looks like a big old black dick." Yeah, Vin. Expect nothing less than from Vin. This is an top executive. Looks like a black dick drilling over there.
Get it? Drilling?
So one chick was like, "Yeah, Vinnie Favale is kind of a nightmare." And they go to HR and it's like, Whoa. I don't need any of these bitches in my stratosphere.
Look at Favale.
I don't know if he looks like what we thought he looked like.
Yeah, he needs a neck man.
Yeah, big time. It looks like he's a balloon. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, a neck man has gotten that collar closed.
Yeah, how did he do that?
It's not comfortable.
No.
There's pressure.
That needs to be loosened up, right? That's
pressure. He has a headache right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a big old headache.
That dude got 4 erections during. Now it takes a. I don't know if I feel as confident about his 4 erections anymore.
So these chicks are like, yeah, we had roles that required us to interact on a day-to-day basis. Vinnie Favale was having none of it. No, I'm not even meeting with these broads anymore. He's done with them. He was also accused of using homosexual language. Of course, Vinny's using that. He's like, Stephen Colbert, fucking gay. Guy's a homo. He can't even interview he gets a chick on there, doesn't even know how to interview a woman. What a homo. So he also bashed Hugh Jackman. Homo. Hugh Jackman's a homo. Wife's a beard.
Hugh Jackman, is that the Wolverine guy?
Yeah, Wolverine. Yep. He said he was gay and he was in the closet. It was so offensive. I really couldn't believe it. Really, you really couldn't believe it. It was mind-blowing. You could not believe that a Vincent Favale would call someone a homo. Really?
Look at that guy.
When we wanted to book Gloria Steinman, he also referred to MSNBC anchor Rachel Maddow. It's just an ugly dude. It's an ugly man. It's like, wow.
What is he doing all day? What is his actual? I know he said an executive, but like, what is he doing besides just apparently making fun of all the talent that they have on the?
He's making big decisions.
Yeah, moving and shaking all day. You wouldn't know the first of it, E. So they wanted to book Gloria Steinman on one of the talk shows, and he was like, "Can we get a hotter broad? Can't you guys find a feminist broad who's hotter?" Yeah, what did I say? Steinem? He said we should find younger feminists who are hot. That's what we want is hot ones.
I agree.
Vinny. I'm with Vinny on that one. Another employee said they took HR never took the thing seriously because Vinny was hands off. He didn't grab asses and stuff like that. Not at the office, anyways.
Isn't Vinny's preference for hot feminism the reason they need feminism? Like the reason you even need ugly feminists is because of Vinny's statements about feminists.
Whoa. Hey, everyone likes a hot chick. Who doesn't like having a hot broad around, huh? Allegations that I have ever retaliated against anyone in any fashion are 100% false. That is bullshit. This is according to Vinny. I've spent my entire career working at comedy shows where there've always been a wide latitude to make transgressive jokes while preparing for the program. So he's trying to use creative content. Hey, we're in a closed meeting. I can be as boorish as I want. But he says, and I believe that maybe, I guess I don't really believe Vincent Favale, but he says, a lot of that stuff was taken out of context. When I was talking about that big, giant black dick drilling out there, it was out of context.
Totally.
I want to know what was out of context when he said he got 4 erections during that. Like, how do you take that? What is the context?
Out of context. It was taken out of context. You're putting words in Vinny's mouth.
What's the context then?
Keep your words out of my mouth. The chick hit with the golf ball.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the eye that just exploded?
Yeah.
Which is the weirdest medical term I've ever heard in my life. That's what the eye doctor said. It's just like exploded in there. Crazy. She is pissed. She says that
really she's taking no personal responsibility for this. You're at a golf event.
I know,
you don't have your head.
It sucks, but it kind of is. But
it totally. Like, to me, if that happened it is awful. It's just bad luck, Shit happens. I mean, even if that was my family member, I'd be like, well,
I would like to see.
I mean, if you go to a baseball game and you're sitting down, like, dude, foul balls come, slamming into the crowd, bats go flying.
Yeah,
I mean,
until they employed the nets, there was the argument, like, is MLB really doing enough to protect people? But at a golf event, dude, you're on a fucking golf course. Like, that these guys are railing golf balls.
Yeah.
Toward people and things, and shit can happen. I mean,
it's a miracle it doesn't happen more often.
She's pissed. Like,
she actually said
it's not like he turned around, lined her up, and clocked her in the eye.
Yeah. She said, I could have been killed.
Yeah, I agree. You could have.
She's like,
you could be killed.
It hit my eye
time.
and exploded my eye. If it was a couple inches more, it would have hit the side. You're like, yeah, exactly. But it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we talking about? Like, yeah, I mean, every time you're on a golf course, you could potentially be hit in the head with a ball and be killed.
Hard flying objects.
Mm-hmm. For me, it's finished. I could not speak with you because she'd be dead.
Right.
Okay, but she's not. So.
Right. I think she's overdoing it with the bandage too.
Really? Too big a bandage?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I get what you're going for. She's adding, it's like huge, kind of, yeah, well, let me pull it up. But yeah, the doctor said immediately to my husband that it was a very big explosion in my eye and it was impossible for me now to see again with this eye. She doesn't blame Kepka. I don't know how to live with only one eye. That's a quote.
Are you fucking? I know
Yep.
it sucks, man. Is this the one you're?
Yeah.
Wow, that is a big bandage. She's over bandaged. Did her ear get injured as well? It's almost like where was her other eye? Because
it's unless this is like a Halloween costume and we're going as Phantom of the Opera. If that's what she's going for.
The lion's share of the padding in that, the gauze padding, seems to be way to the side of her head instead of her eye area.
Right. And like, I don't mean to be critical, but does she want us to know about that gold rope chain?
Oh, yeah. Because it's tucked above her scarf.
Yeah. Once you go to scarf, it should be buried. The chain should be buried.
Is the necklace. Like at that point, you have two necklaces.
Even if you kept the rope on, it would just be under the scarf.
But someone so vain as to display the gold rope, you'd think would tape better.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the tape job on that bandage.
She's
like,
doing
the one is on her lip almost. Look at the one at the bottom. It's almost like
it's on her lip.
Yeah,
like,
right?
How's she eating?
Somebody that concerned about appearance would go, Doc, can we just kind of tidy up the tape job?
Yeah, like a golf ball size patch.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to eat without getting shit stuck to my taped bandage.
Oh, I'm so glad that I wasn't over.
Look at that top part too.
I know there's hair stuck in there. It's into her hair.
Honestly, it looks
it's
like
way over.
It looks like Isis bandaged your eye. Like, I've hurt my eye. Isis, come bandage this for me.
Fuck,
okay,
dude. Fuck, dude. I wanted to keep it on though. Yeah. I don't want to see what's going on the other side.
Oh no, God no. God no.
She's I don't know how to live with only one eye.
We're gonna find out here pretty soon.
I like walking, sports, going to the gym, playing golf. Yeah. She's apparently gotten 2 holes in 1.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, good luck now with no depth perception. Good luck.
She ended her career with 2 hole in 1s. But won't be having a third. She is very angry about a number of issues.
Okay.
She believes the marshals should have warned that the ball was coming, as spectators would not have heard shouts of 4 from the tee. Marshals did not communicate that players were attempting to drive for the green instead of laying up on the fairway.
They don't know what the players are gonna do.
Can you imagine?
I've never been warned by any. I've been to the Buick Open probably 5 times, and they've never. Hey, just FYI.
He's about to.
You could get hit here by a ball.
Well, not just
because
that, but
they're going long. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're walking around a course. You're watching a golf event.
Yeah, it's wide open. It's just grass.
Golfers doing what? One golfer might be down a few strokes and they're like going more aggressive. I mean, how are they gonna make sure the golfer tells them, okay, radio it down there. He's going for it.
Hey, lady, I get it. Ideally, you'd rather have your second eye still, but you don't. It's nobody's fault. It just shit happens. You went to a golf event. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's terrible for you. Only for you.
I think like when she said originally like the Ryder Cup had not reached out, like I guess I'd like to see them do some level. Hey, sorry, I don't know.
No, you don't have to admit liabilities.
So see that, but that's a problem. See that, and that's where we are.
Officials did not check on her or visit after she was taken to the hospital, and there was lack of safety warnings on the tickets.
No, there wasn't.
Bullshit.
Who knows?
Last
it's
two
in
are
fucking
alive.
France. We don't know.
Okay,
and who knows what the laws are or whatever? Who knows what are?
The European Tour says 4 was shouted. Marshals are not aware of a player's strategy in advance of any shot, especially in match play like the Ryder Cup. Duh. It says there was contact with the family from the moment the incident happened, initially on site, then through the Federal French Golf Federation, and subsequently by Ryder Cup Europe. Tickets contained ground regulations which clearly stated spectators acknowledged the general risks associated with golf, including the risk of an errant shot.
There you go.
So I believe them putting that statement out.
John, one of our listeners, one of our Negrin listeners.
What?
Yeah. I think he's from Montenegro. I think he.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his ancestors are Negrinese.
Negrinese, yeah.
He wrote in concerning a lost eyeball. This guy, hey guys, great show of late. Trivia night was awesome. Ooh, Amy was pissed. She's a good woman. But I lost my left eye. Wanted to let you know that. Not because of a golf ball, but because of MS 6 years ago. Period of adjustment sucked.
MS steals eyes?
I guess.
Holy shit.
It was weird when I had to get back to normal life. I remember the first day out of the hospital trying to pour milk for one of my life burdens. I just poured it next to the glass. Let's just say depth perception is not my strong point. If you remember the commercial with the NFL refs in the early 2000s with the thick ass glasses because they were fucking up so many calls and games, kind of like that. But this bitch that got hit by the golf ball is going to be okay. You guys are the best. Your one-eyed Negrin correspondent, John.
Wow. Interesting. MS. That's
no idea.
That's multiple sclerosis.
It's my favorite sclerosis.
Is there a singular sclerosis? It's like, dude, I've got sclerosis. It sucks. Thank God it's not multiple, but I've got a sclerosis.
I don't know.
I mean, go big or go home, right?
Yeah.
Who wants single when you can have multi?
You're out there trying to get fucking, sympathy from people. It's like, fuck, dude, he's got a single sclerosis.
Yeah.
It's not like, why are we even talking?
Well, look at that cute little sclerosis he has.
Jesus
Christ. Single.
Wake me up when he's got multiple, okay? Until then, fuck off.
I mean, here's the definition of whatever that. I can't even pronounce the word, but
sclerosis.
You got this, E. Sclerosis.
It's an abnormal hardening of body tissue.
I don't know if that means that there's a.
So if you've got one abnormal hardening, okay.
Yeah, deal with it, pussy. But once you start getting multiple
hardenings,
yeah, which is why you're such a fan, the way you are.
Yeah, it's my favorite sclerosis.
You want to see a guy try to break in? He's trying to burgle a place, and I think in this video he successfully gets through one door, and then he runs into some bulletproof glass, but he's got that figured out.
Okay.
This is actually, I think the video starts when he already has gotten through the one glass.
Yeah, he's gotten through the glass, and
so he's in a bank, or what's his deal?
In this is in Maryland.
It's just like a convenience store, isn't it?
Yeah, bulletproof glass. Let's see.
What's with all the chairs set up? That's odd.
He's in the waiting area of a takeout restaurant.
Oh, okay.
People choose the dumbest. When I see someone's like, "Oh yeah, dollar store was robbed," you're like, "Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna go to the trouble and rob a fucking dollar store?"
Yeah, then you don't think they have policies on as soon as they have like $100 in the till, they take it, and put it in the safe? Like, what do you?
It's like, go big or go home, dude. You're gonna rob a fucking takeout restaurant? Well, I guess they would have cash there, but he's got this figured out because he's like, "Oh, bulletproof glass, I can beat that." So he brings a brick with him.
Did it hit him?
Yes, that's.
It bounced off and hit him. Here we go.
Whoop!
Oh,
right off the face.
Shit.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Oh man, that's smart. Yeah, that's
He
straight.
actually hit the ground. Boom.
Oh. Keep it going forward. Yeah. How long does he lay there? Because I think he's like, oh man.
Poor guy. 3 times.
3 times. Yeah.
Here he goes again.
Yep.
Oh, again.
The third one is the one that ricocheted into his face.
Poor guy.
Yeah. He tried to rally.
Best. Tried his best.
Tried to rally, but had to give up.
His best.
What an asshole.
It's a great commercial for bulletproof glass, though.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Police say he was on the ground for several minutes before giving up and leaving. Police are looking for him. So he just laid there in agony for minutes.
What a desperate move, dude. You break into this entry area and then you're going to brick through some glass and
take
try
out
to just
fast food. Where, pizza place?
Snatch $20. What are you doing, man? How'd you get here?
I know. We see it so often, though.
Throw my hoodie on and
get my
run
hoodie
in
on.
there and try to snatch $25 from somebody.
That's all they're gonna have. You go to one register in a takeout place. What are they gonna? What's your greatest possible take? $200.
So you can go get your next fix of heroin or whatever. Nice life, man.
These morons are probably not even smart enough to know to lift the till where they put the 50s and hundies.
That's
you know
a
what I mean?
Point. Yeah.
Like if you just go reaching all willy nilly, you can grab a couple 20s.
Shit, you walk outside, lift up the rock outside. The key's probably under the rock.
There you go. Let yourself in.
Dumbass.
Idiot. World's most expensive bottle of whiskey. What do you think that would go for?
$1.1 million.
Isn't that? How did you know that?
Fuck,
dude. How do we get to a point where it's like, no, that's reasonable? Yep, that's a bottle of whiskey.
It's got to be like tech money, right? Where some dude sold a program to Twitter for $250 million and is just like, you know what?
Why not?
Splurge today.
Yeah. World's most expensive bottle of whiskey. Experts call it the Holy Grail. It's been sold for $1.1 million. 60-year-old Macallan Valerio at Adami, 1926.
And it was the second such bottle sold, I think, in the last year. The first one sold for $1 million just in May.
Exactly. 12 bottles of the whiskey were produced. It is not known how many of them still exist. One is said to have been destroyed in an earthquake in Japan.
Oh.
How bad would that suck? You know, earthquake, and it's like, no, not $1 million bottle of whiskey.
Not very good.
No, this is very, very bad. It's believed at least one of them has been opened and consumed.
Wow.
Yeah. So I guess they made these in like 1986 is when they bottled them officially, but they've been
6 years
aged
long.
60 years in those barrels. What is okay? Great. There are lots of things.
Status symbol, I guess, right? I mean, not for the people who actually consumed there. It's just they bought it knowing how valuable it was, and they consumed it. Obviously, those are just big shooters going, "Hey, man, cheers!" You know, and this is the best whiskey on the planet. But if you're buying 1.1 mil, it's like a display piece, right? It's like a piece of art that you would have.
Yeah, and
investment maybe. I
guess that if you had such fuck you money that you could like buy one of those, because you would have to know, and maybe you can bing this like those bottles. Where is it here?
Because I'm sorry, even the most discerning whiskey drinker is not gonna realize, wow, this $1.1 million whiskey is so much better than this $28 whiskey.
Yeah, and that's what I always find, where it's like, oh wow, it tastes like most other whiskeys.
Right.
So it's got to be the status of it, but you would know when you bought it. When you bought it in 1986, when they first produced them, it was like you would have known that this had been aged for 60 years and 12 bottles on the planet were being made.
Well, 40 at that point, but whatever.
Oh, was it 40 at the time?
Well, it's 60 at this point, right? No?
Or
was it age 60 then bottles?
Yeah, aged 60
years. So it's
years.
been bottled for 22 years.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly.
32 years.
Yeah, doing the math.
Okay. All right, now I got it.
Dude, I know I didn't.
It's been in existence almost 100 years.
Sure.
Well, said is I didn't do this, and having said that, I had friends that did it. I don't think they were the only ones who have done this, I'm sure. But I used to have friends when they're partying, they would just buy one bottle of really fucking the nice vodka. And then for the rest of the parties throughout like the next few months, they just pour pop off into that shit because girls wouldn't fucking know.
Yeah.
And then you just be like, yeah, we got fucking, I'm trying to think of what a really nicer one that you would get would be.
Stolies or something.
Yeah. Like, oh, we got the good vodka. And then you just put fucking pop off in there.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't fucking know. They would just think, oh shit, these guys pay good money for their
rollers.
Yeah, big shooters. How pathetic.
I know, it's funny, dude.
We got a Ian Ziering. I've always hated Ian Ziering because of
the pronunciation of Ian. Yeah,
I mean, you're an Ian, okay? You're an Ian Ziering. Deal with it. It's just. But anyway, he's among a bunch of parents outside a Hollywood school, West Hollywood school, protesting about a student that's been apparently bullying and threatening other kids. And this is the star of Sharknado. He's not going to put up with this shit. And 90210.
God, have we come to that point where that you think of him as the star of Sharknado and not of Steve on 90210?
Dude, it says the Sharknado and 90210 star. And I was like, that kind of sucks, doesn't it?
I guess
Sharknado was fucking big though for a few years.
Yeah.
I mean, it got really
There
big.
is probably a generation that's all they know him from.
Yeah. Well, they claim that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, easy.
Is that video of him?
It's just him on TMZ. I was just trying to find a picture of him, and it showed up on TMZ.
Bothersome timpani. The beginning of the TMZ.
Boom, boom. It's brilliant though. We all know it. This kid apparently is he's been going to the school since kindergarten, has been terrorizing kids all along, and the school board's done shit about it. They're like, dude, whatever. I don't want to pick a fight with a bully.
No zero tolerance.
No, and Ziering is not taking it anymore. And so he's
it's
taking
Ziering tolerance now, right, Mike?
Exactly. Just this year so far, the second grader has brandished scissors and beaten up and bloodied 10 kids. While 2 classrooms had to be evacuated as a result of this student's behavior. I'm an actor, but my best role to date has been father. It's not bad, right?
A little dramatic, but okay.
I can't let this go another minute without raising attention to this problem. I don't know why we need to know about it. I guess he didn't call TMZ over, but still.
Yeah, it seems like sort of a centralized problem you have there, Ziering, but okay.
Yeah. What do you do if you have a kid that's just being an asshole? The bully previously tried to use a beanbag to suffocate another student. He's in like second grade now.
Yeah, honestly, how is this kid still in the school? If he truly is this big a problem, how
can we put him down?
Administrators not put him down? Or
Yeah, we got to put them down, dude.
Serious repercussions for parents. That's absurd.
If you're doing that in kindergarten, you are. This is you.
You're on your way to Dahmerland, man.
Dude, you are gonna be. Yeah, you are eventually gonna graduate to fucking murdering neighborhood cats. And animals throughout your life, and then you'll graduate to humans before ending up eating them like
Maybe
Dahmer.
eating a liver with some fava beans.
Fava beans, a nice bottle of Chianti and some fava beans. Ugh. God, that always makes me think of Migs.
Yeah.
Jail some. Yeah. So what do you do? I think we put him down now. End this little rugrat now. He's trying to murder kids with beanbags at this age.
Blow dart to the neck. How do we do it?
Totally.
Okay.
I'll even let Ian do the blow dart.
Run him over with his Corvette with his vanity plate. I ate a Ferrari. Should we do that?
Is that what his plate was?
On 90210 it was.
Oh my God, how do you remember that? Oh,
I
did not like that.
4RE. Think about it, everybody.
I ate a Ferrari?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is pretty good. I didn't like his character on that show.
Oh, he was a douchebag. They were all douchebags. Every last one of them.
I like Dylan. Dylan was pretty cool.
Yeah. James Dean ripoff.
Yeah, totally.
Hey, Bren. I don't know. It's just getting too deep for me, Bren.
I gotta go. Don't follow me.
I'm gonna jump on my motorbike. Put on my stupid helmet.
Stupid helmet without a fucking shield or whatever. Yeah, he looked ridiculous. What was how did he come into his money, by the way? Dylan, what the fuck was his last name?
Dylan McKay.
Dylan McKay.
His dad didn't his dad have some sketchy background? Like his dad was imprisoned, part of some fraud scheme or something like that.
Yeah.
And so Dylan was just on his own, just a
Kelly,
loner.
I can't talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
He had that big fucking forehead too, you know?
Fucking hair.
He was like 2 weeks ago. He was 2 weeks away from going bald.
Yeah.
When they finished filming that.
He was like 34
at
the
time,
know, too.
34 playing like a 17-year-old.
17-year-old. Don't follow me, Bren. My dad passed away. I don't want to talk about it.
Dylan McKay.
Dylan McKay. Oh, my God. Anyway, let's take a quick break. And then, Jay, you sent me this story of this dude trying to dive off the roof into the swimming pool. And
it's not exactly a triple Lindy.
Far from. We'll take a look at that next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Protection.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
Welcome back to the show. Mike and Jay. I almost forgot, it's E's History Month, the History Day.
This day in history with Big E coming up.
Yeah, we'll do that in just a minute. I had this story yesterday, and we didn't get to it, but did you hear about the world's most stinging nettle or leaf?
Oh, yeah.
Did you read about that?
I did. It's crazy, huh?
Holy
I know.
shit.
That a leaf can do this to you?
Dude, it's the dendrocnide moroids. It's found in like this town called Gympie, so they call it the Gympie-Gympie stinging tree, which I'm not going to try to say that other name anymore. It's the Gympie-Gympie stinging tree.
Yeah, we might want to eradicate this tree.
Yeah, it's thought to be the most potent and deadly stinging leaf in the world. It can kill animals, and the pain can be so bad it has reportedly caused one guy to shoot himself. Yeah.
Wow.
Dr. Marina Hurley, has revealed her excruciating experience of touching this hellish leaf.
It's like any leaf that you could just walk by whenever.
Yeah. Yeah, but you don't want to get anywhere near this fucking thing. It's the worst kind of pain you can imagine, like being burnt with hot acid and electrocuted at the same time. She studied the leaves for her PhD to work out what was eating the toxic plants, and it's some weird beetle that eats these plants.
Really?
Yeah.
Gets off on that, huh?
Yeah. It causes the worst kind of pain you can imagine. The pain is caused by tiny hairs which cover the leaves, stem, and fruits of the plants, which can grow up to 3 meters high.
Jesus, can you give us an estimate of how high that would be? 3 meters.
I'll give you
9
another clue.
feet?
50 centimeters.
I don't know.
Jesus is something, man.
Yeah. So anyways, when the hairs touch the skin, the end breaks off and the shaft of the hair sticks into the skin, injecting a toxin in the same way like a hypodermic needle. She first felt the pain when she accidentally poked her finger through a leaf on the ground when trying to pick up a dropped glove. Imagine the feeling. And she said, instant. It's instant. Even the slightest touch of this leaf causes excruciating pain. An intense stinging, burning pain is felt immediately, then intensifies, reaching a peak after about 20 to 30 minutes. Not only do you feel pain from where you were stung, if it's a bad sting, within about 20 minutes, your lymph nodes under your arms swell and throb painfully and feel like they're being slammed between 2 blocks of wood.
What is this doing there?
The intense throbbing pain.
Just surviving, E. It's evolved in a way that's just protecting itself in an insane way.
The toxin from the plant is difficult to destroy, and even dried leaves from over 100 years ago can still sting you like that. And the toxin can remain in the skin for up to 6 months and cause more pain as the months go on. One ex-serviceman fell into a stinging tree while crossing a river in 1941. They said he had to be tied to a hospital bed for 3 weeks because he was in so much pain. That same man remembered seeing a military officer shoot himself because he couldn't stand the pain. And the horror of the Gympie-Gympie stinging tree doesn't end there. They said if you're even within a vicinity of it, your nose will just start running and bleeding.
Wow.
And like the hairs attack your nasal passages, and you just get like hemorrhaging out of your head from this thing. Would you, like, if we could get one leaf
just
sent over
one
here,
leaf, E.
would you be willing to try it? Just
put it on the bottom of your ball sack.
Like, if I'm not
just rest your ball sack on it.
If I'm not going to let a dog bite me with a freaking...
We need to revisit that.
Yeah, we got to do that.
We don't.
Forgot about that.
No, we don't. I'm not going to do it, so it doesn't matter. You can revisit it, and I'll just sit here and say I'm not going to do it.
It's a democracy. 2 against 1. You know the rules.
Wow.
I vote for letting E try touching the Gympie-Gympie.
I do too.
Tree. 2 against 1.
Okay.
We've got listeners in Australia. Now, I want them to be clear. They need to wear a mask and gloves to go grab the thing. And then when you put it in the box to ship it, put on there, like, careful, guys, Gympie includes Gympie-Gympie stinging tree inside.
Yeah. P.O. Box 250268, Franklin, Michigan 48025.
Yeah, and send it here, and then I don't even want to open the box. We'll let E do that, and wherever he wants. Like, I don't care if he wants to do a finger or rest his balls on it.
I'll open it right in your bed then. You said you didn't
couch
care
bed or bed?
Yeah, both.
Both.
You just said you didn't care where I'll let him open that. That's where I'm going to open it. Then.
I'd prefer you do it outside. I don't want the Gympie-Gympie box even in the house.
You're going back in your word now. I can't.
Come on,
can't
one touch, dude. I bet we could get huge press out of that.
Just to see, you know?
If she's full of shit, because she could just be a giant pussy.
Yeah.
You know? And who knows what other things these servicemen were going
these
through.
legends.
PTSD,
Yeah,
in
who
the
knows?
40s, war in the 40s. They could have had a whole lot of shit going on that was causing them pain.
It's not documented. We need to document what this Gympie-Gympie pain is all about.
Yeah. Come on, Isis.
I don't even
just like really just
sure. Yeah. You know what? Fine.
All right.
No, I'm not. I'm kidding. No, I'm not.
Well, who's the band that we have over there?
Fidget.
The Fidget. If some of the members of Fidget could round up just a small sample of a Gympie-Gympie stinging tree and send it over, we'd greatly appreciate it.
Hey, everybody, you already know that Hamlin Pub is a great place to watch the big tackle ball game with your buddies or for evening out with your girl, but are you aware of Hamlin Pub's amazing Tuesday and Thursday food specials? Tuesdays, they are burger and brew days. That's an Angus burger, fries, and your choice of 12-ounce domestic beer or soda, just $6.99. If pizza's more your thing, then get there tonight, Thursday, when you'll get half off all pizzas. These specials are good at all 5 Hamlin Pub locations: Clarkston, Chesterfield, Rochester, and 2 in Shelby Township.
God, can you imagine? I'm just looking at other pictures of this leaf. Like, that would be one that you'd be like, if you had to take a shit in the woods and it's like, hey,
it looks like a nice wiper.
Yeah, it looks like you could pick that son of. Could you imagine streaking that across your butthole? What that would do?
The Gympie-Gympie.
Look at that poop.
So unassuming.
Yeah, he's just like, get away from me. No, get away.
Wow, isn't that crazy?
What happened in his past that has made his defenses do this? You know, where it's like, I will murder you. Don't even get close to me. I'll murder all of you.
What has been done to the Gympie-Gympie?
There is some traumatic past in his upbringing that has led him to this point where
it's like solid.
You even walk by and he's like, fuck off. Fuck off. Get away. Get out of the way.
I will use my hairs to inject poison in you.
I will murder you with my hairs. Try me. Go ahead, try me, dick licker. Go ahead.
Jesus, are you ready for this day in history?
Sure.
How about it?
Where did I get my?
Now remember, I am a visual learner, so
yeah, I don't have many this time, but I don't remember where did I just had them.
Oh, Professor Isis.
Where did they go?
I need to see what you're talking about. What century are we in?
You know, he's been a professor today. He's been a congressman today. he's worn a lot of hats today.
So, Dick Tracy first was brought to the world today in 1931. The Dick Tracy magazine or
comic strip.
Now here is a funny thing. It was actually a very.
This better be funny.
Is this the first one?
Interesting. No, this is kind of just a.
Because I was gonna bust him hard because I could see September something on the date there.
No, this is just an. I couldn't. I just googled early Dick Tracy things.
Yeah.
Or sure.
Dick Tracy fan, Jay?
No,
me either.
Got to be honest.
Yeah.
I even saw part of the movie with Warren Beatty and Madonna, and I don't even think I finished it. Remember that one?
Was that the yellow jacket?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Well, I will say its first Sunday comic debut ever was in the Detroit Mirror, October 4th, 1931, although soon after it went to a daily strip in the New York Daily News.
Yeah. And what was the basic plot of said strip?
Basically, the plot is that Dick Tracy,
a cop or
he was a dude. Just a dude.
A private dick.
No, he wasn't.
No?
He was just a dude who and then his girlfriend's dad was murdered, and he was gonna go and he joined the police. He was gonna join the police to get revenge. And so what happened was the creator of
Did he end up marrying that girl?
I don't.
Did he stay together?
Yeah, it seems like something you could walk away.
No,
from.
I think he eventually divorced her. I believe they married.
She's
and
gonna
then
have a whole mental thing going on. Mr. Tracy's just gonna move on.
It's her dad who died, you know.
Yeah, not mine.
I believe they married and eventually divorced. In some of my, but Chester Gould is who created it, and it was just. And so this dude was born in Oklahoma. He was actually born in 1900. Oklahoma wasn't even a state yet. He was born in a place that was not even when he was born anyway. It was not even a state yet. But he just fell in love with comic books right from the beginning, and his dad was not very supportive of his dream, and he went to Oklahoma, and then eventually he moved to Chicago because at the time Chicago was
these horribly unsupportive parents. It's like your kid's doing comic drawings, and he's like, "Look, Dad, I'm pretty good." He's like, go get a real job.
Yeah, well, back in the day, that's not going to pay any bills, right? The chances of that is.
Yeah.
So he moved to Chicago because at the time,
you're going to be at zero in life. See.
At the time, Chicago was a hotbed for newspapers around the country. It was just known that was the place to go.
Sure.
So he finished up his schooling in Northwestern. And he tried. His whole goal was to eventually have a comic strip that made it to a daily paper.
Went
and
to Northwestern to become a comic strip artist. Huh.
Well, I mean, he just finished some kind of schooling, probably just to.
Seems like overkill to me.
I would agree.
I'm sure that it was just that he went there to, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Anyway, point is, so then he starts working jobs at the local papers in Chicago. He worked at almost all of them, which at the time they said there was up to 12 daily mails. And for 10 years, he just kept writing strip ideas and sending them to people and just getting rejected. And finally, one day he was watching some Sherlock Holmes thing. And then he also noticed that on the paper, there was something about Al Capone. He's like, we don't have we need a Sherlock Holmes for like the nowadays in America.
Oh, okay.
And so he comes up with the idea that this dude is going to like take care of the mobster crime. Yeah. And he first calls him, eventually it was not going to be called Dick Tracy. It was going to be called, what was it?
Chester Gold.
No. It was Plain Clothes Tracy. And,
I think Dick was a smart move. And I think Dick was the better move.
Well, what happened was he was that was it. He made the pilot, not the pilot, but the test that he sent out, and his name was Plain Clothes Tracy.
Yeah.
And the guy didn't like it. He said he needed a name, and it just came from
sex sells. So
right,
throw
exactly.
the word Dick on there.
Sure.
The guy had just heard. It was just like, oh yeah, didn't they used to call detectives like dicks? What if his name was just Dick Tracy? And so it wasn't even the creator of it did not give that name. The guy he kind of sent to that said, yes, this is a chance to become something.
Honestly, as a little kid, this never would have been on my radar, but for the name Dick.
Yeah.
Used to crack me up. The guy's name's Dick. Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy. I get it.
Right?
Yeah.
It's Plain Clothes Tracy. This doesn't even work.
Some people.
Dude, if I'm at the Tribune, though, and I'm, the editor looking to hire the new comic strip guy, and I'm getting all these entries in, and I read the first line, and it's like, meet Officer Plain Clothes Tracy. I'd be like, next.
Blah, blah, blah.
This talentless hack can't even name his character.
I think the only reason he gave him
Chester Gold, you'll never work in this town again.
The only reason he would have gave him this far, though, is that you got to remember, like I said, like, dude, he for 10 years is like constantly sending out ideas.
Yeah.
So he knew, the guy already knew. He kept telling him back, like, that's not it, but keep going. I think you're good enough that, your drawings are good enough, whatever.
I was just fucking with him.
Well,
getting closer, man.
Well, either way, he eventually bought it and it made his whole life. So the thing is, they said about some of these comics that was interesting, though, is that he did not like pre-plan storylines ahead of time. He just liked things to be off the cuff. So there are several times where storylines tend to get a little
sort of a J.J. Abrams Lost sort of thing.
Yeah, they get a little weird. In fact, even at one point, and now it didn't make it to the paper, but at one point he did have one where Dick Tracy was like caught in this thing that like no possible way he could have got out, and he ended up like his idea finally was like, fuck, I'll just break the fourth wall. He wrote his hand in there and said, hey, we need all to help Dick Tracy.
Oh my gosh.
And the editor was like, no, this can't be it, rewrite it. But for the most part,
what kind of pickle did he find himself in?
It was some kind of, I don't know,
tied up with a buzzsaw coming at him over a pool of sharks. Lasers aimed at his head.
It says he was.
He just needs some dame to walk. I got the storyline. Have some dame walk in, see him there, and cut him loose. Like, big deal.
It just says there was a situation where he had written him into a corner that it's just like, oh fuck.
So it was one continuous storyline,
and that was a big thing. That was a pretty new. In fact, I read some things that said it was the first ever comic strip to do that. Sometimes though you see that stuff though, and who's to say? But
soap opera style.
But some people have claimed that it was.
Did that too.
I saw a thing,
right?
But it was a storyline. You're right. I don't know. I saw one thing that claimed it was. Again, I don't know. Sometimes you read these things and
they're not still writing Dick Tracy.
But he went on until the 70s for one, doing it, and it kept going. I believe they say it is still going.
No shit.
But what was I going to
reading this?
I don't know. Is Garfield still being written in comic strip form? I mean, who's reading anything in the papers nowadays?
They said though also another reason people didn't think it would make it is that it was by far, it showed the first ever murder in a comic strip, and it was by far like everything before this was not violent. It was all just police people were kind of just like bumbling idiots kind of, and it was just like little romantic stuff.
But this was real crime happening.
Yeah, and so this is actually maybe the funniest thing of this whole story is that Hoover from the FBI, was
J. Edgar.
Yeah, was so pissed about this. He hated that like the public. He didn't like the idea of the public seeing like crime being romanticized and like violence and these bad guys. So he created his own tried to like create their own. The FBI tried to create their own comic strip.
Oh my god.
To counter Dick Tracy.
And it was
all
called
stick
right,
figures.
and it was called War on Crime. But the funny thing about it was, it was like it says its description was it was blunt, boring.
Yeah.
Like it was supposed to. It was supposed to really just be like filling out paperwork and
Tax
shit.
money hard at work right there.
Because he
Mr. Hoover.
Taxpayer-funded comic strip to counter
Which means
Dick
that
Tracy.
there was a meeting in some official building that Hoover's having, maybe the Oval, and he's getting other people to sign off on his vision for this.
God.
Yeah, boss. I said, yeah, no, I think you're right, boss.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so that's basically it. I will say this, like I said, he retired in 1977, but
was
kept
he
going.
rich off this?
It was his whole life. I mean, it was. I guess I would. I don't know how much money he had. I didn't look into his wealth in the end.
Yeah,
but
that'd be good to know.
I want to know if it was worth it. In the end,
Yeah.
Chet.
The rights from that
Chester.
movie probably hooked him up. I mean, depending on.
Yeah, I don't. I'd have to look it up. I just don't know.
Just Bing Chester Gold net worth.
Okay, well, just okay. Give me a second.
Did you guys
here.
ever read any comic strips?
No.
Actually. I had a couple. You know.
No, Far Side, but that
Yeah.
wasn't like no continual ones. Every one that I read were just kind of those one-off, kind of humorous ones, like Far Side, for example.
The Playboy ones. Read a lot of the.
Oh, right.
know,
Yeah, those were funny. Some of them.
Yeah.
But I got into Family Circle when I was a little kid.
Why?
Actually, it flowed from those scholastic like on-site book sales that they'd have at school.
Yeah.
Remember those, like those book fairs? And I was always
Yeah.
looking for like an easy read or something. I was like, oh, there's a whole book of comics, you know.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
Family Circle is what it was
Yeah,
called, I think,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And it just had the little kids, and their dad was always a buffoon or whatever. And
Yeah.
so I kind of got into that.
I don't think I ever read that. I
Did
definitely
you get into Calvin and Hobbes or anything like that?
No,
My brother got big time into that.
I got into Garfield, I think, for a brief period. I remember reading some of those.
It couldn't hold. I don't know why. It just wasn't interesting enough for me. Like my brother would sit down with a Calvin and Hobbes book, like a thick book.
Yeah.
And just sit there and read for hours. And I'm like, I don't know.
See, I never got
Not
into
funny
any
enough or
comics
something?
like that. None of them.
Yeah, my bro and Deuced. Those
bigly.
two, like I mentioned this before. X-Men was huge for Deuced, and he got in ground floor. Like Deuced probably has some really
super valuable.
Yeah, super valuable X-Men, and so does Mo, his brother. But my brother took the tact of, okay, you're going X-Men, I'm gonna go Alpha Flight. Alpha Flight is the Canadian version of X-Men. And he bought the shit out of these, and they're probably worth a lot too.
You think so?
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. He had them all
that's
wrapped
hilarious.
in plastic and all that shit.
Yeah, that's how theirs are. Derek, he's got like crates of these things, all individually wrapped in plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never had the foresight to do that, I guess.
I had baseball cards. You know,
I didn't even have those. I went through them, and
you did though. You had Star Wars original action figures.
Dude, I still have Star Wars cards though.
Do you?
Yeah, I tweeted out a picture of those a long time ago. I came across those. Gross.
Yeah.
I don't know. A couple of years ago, I was cleaning out my basement. There they were. Behold.
Really?
Yeah,
like
I've got
the original series?
Yeah, I've got some decent chunks of old Star Wars cards. Yeah.
Really?
Original series.
Have you looked them up at all and see like what their value is?
No.
You should. Are they in good condition?
Decent. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if my Garbage Pail Kids cards are worth anything.
Probably. If you've got like full sets.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anything old in a full set.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit. Bottle of whiskey just went for 1.1 mil.
That's right. I could get $1 million for my Mad Mike Garbage Pail card.
Mad Mike.
Remember those?
Yes.
Isis.
I don't know yet. Sorry.
We don't know what Chester Gold
did
was
say
worth.
at one point here, this article I'm reading, it did say that the merchandise at times was made millions of dollars in merchandise on Dick Tracy. So
yeah, who knows what kind of rights he held, but
well, thank you, Professor. That was
very good. You want to see this guy try to dive into the swimming pool?
I would. I love when people fall, so I'm partial to.
I do like when it's the cop chasing that kid and he rounds the corner and goes into a barrel roll or whatever.
This looks painful though, doesn't it?
This is fucking disturbing, man. He's up on a roof and the gutter gives way. And so it just looks like a giant belly
every
flop.
roof jumper's worst nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Right? Everybody's done this to an extent, jumped off a balcony, jumped off a roof. And this is worst nightmare. Here he goes, big guy. He's going into a pool. He's just got to clear about 6 feet there, right? Oh shit!
What's with the friend just on the phone as he's about to jump, by the way?
Why does he think he can hit the gutter?
I don't know. Like he's going to spring off the gutter or something.
Dude.
But this friend, like, I'm sorry, at this point, for about 30 seconds, don't you like say, hold a second, my friend's about to jump off the roof?
Yeah, the guy on the phone in the foreground.
Just
You're right.
casual, like-
Yeah. Hold on. I just
Hold on,
need
my
to see
idiot
this.
fat friend is about to fucking jump off the
I've
roof
got
of the
another
pool.
question about this video, but go ahead. Yeah, dude, he's trying to get air off the gutter. Like
What?
like that's gonna spring him.
If you were a toddler, maybe you could use,
Yeah.
you know. But
he
he-
jumps. Wow.
That was a terrible
What a miscalculation.
Right, miscalculation.
All right, let me ask you about
he
the
did not need to clear that much space either.
No,
that pool is it's
5 feet,
yeah,
6 feet.
that should be an easy launch into
And-
the water.
He could have leapt to any degree. Any degree of leap just gets him in there, no problem.
No
Now
problem.
there's sort of a homemade ladder perched
Yeah.
against this pool
Shed,
pool
pool.
room, whatever.
Yeah.
Have
house.
they overrung the ladder?
You mean by the wood on the sides?
Do you need that many rungs on the ladder? I think they've double runged it.
I don't
And
know.
why?
I would like I don't even like climbing ladders, but I'd
If
want
you're
as
gonna
many as I
build
could.
a ladder,
Yeah.
why are you taking the time to put a rung every 6.5 inches?
Because
Yeah.
sometimes when you're scared, you don't want to make big jumps.
Look at the number of rungs on that
Yeah,
ladder.
too many, and it's all over the map.
It's
too. There's
probably
just,
a 10-foot high ladder, and you got 11 rungs.
12 rungs.
I
12
like it.
rungs on a 10-footer.
Yeah, and by the way, they measured once and cut once.
You're
You know-
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this makes no sense. In the wood planks go way too far past.
It's nonsensical.
and then this
ladder.
one is just like, what's he doing? He's all by his lonesome in there.
I wouldn't even steal that ladder. It's overrung.
It is. That might be the most disturbing part of this entire video.
Probably is.
Is the man in the foreground and the fucking shit ladder. Well
Watch it one
overrun.
more
See
time.
it one more time.
Might as
God,
well.
watch his
What
head.
is he thinking?
I can't even watch it.
dude.
What is
You know
he
what?
thinking?
You know why I'm most troubled by this video though is because it ends saying it's not clear what injuries the man suffered after this horrific accident. And so it's like, did we just watch a guy die?
True. Yeah,
and that
was,
part bothers me. Someone else is like, oh, it looks like he snapped his neck. I'm like, okay, like if he hops up and he's just got a big red belly and he's like, boy, do I feel like a dope.
You're right, dude. That
Then
would have
it's
been
funny.
helpful.
But I'm reading this thing going, please say he went to the hospital and sustained very little injuries. He
We don't
bruised-
know.
He split his lip open.
A man that's that concerned about climbing the ladder to show such, I don't know, just frivolousness, trying to get springing action off a gutter. It's poor judgment all the way around.
I know. And it was so bad and it so surprised him that he did not get any sort of elevation or lift off the gutter.
He couldn't even react.
He couldn't even react. It was like you would think you would hit it, you'd be like, whoa, your arms would flail.
Right.
No. He was just like, I can't believe this gutter didn't hold. Boom. And why on earth would you think a gutter would hold? What idiot would ever think that you could put a full human male's weight on
The
a
kind
gutter?
of guy that puts 12 rungs on a 10-foot ladder.
Yeah, it's true. Good point.
We have email.
What do we got?
If you'd like to speak to us via email, go ahead and email the show at email@detroitcast.com. Phil writes in, Philip.
Hey, Philip.
Mike's unreported grievance sonnet in number 1144. Good morning, fags.
What's up, homo?
What's up? On my morning drive, listening in on the day's events, news, and other debauchery, Mike comes flying out of the gate about the government alert that was sent out in an aggrieved fashion.
Yeah.
He didn't grieve with the clock, so this wasn't a formal airing of a grievance.
Right.
But the nature of the statement said to me a grievance had actually found him. He proclaimed, "Good thing this wasn't an actual grievance, old man pussy for sure." Then Jay said, "Oh, definitely, at the very least, old man." I do happen to disagree, but not because it was bona fide, just that Mike is uninformed. You can have those alerts not happen on your phone. I have enclosed at the bottom of this email instructions for turning off all unwanted alerts that are super obnoxious. Now, I know that Mike stated it also happened to him 3 minutes later for Sirius Radio. I've got nothing to fix that except tell Mike he needs to get off paying for already crap radio. The only arguably good content on the entire system is maybe Stern or the Comedy Channel. Everything else is absolute hot garbage and should not even be a thing. Other than that, had a great time last Saturday watching Goliath get slain in the wonderful evening at Hamlin.
Oof.
Keep up the well to quite well work on the show, gents, and see you at the next event.
Yeah. I don't know if that's true. Did he actually give you like a link to shut all that stuff off? Because I know you can shut notifications off. I didn't think that was possible with this one.
Well, we'll have to gauge it. And if Trump starts waking us up at 3, hello, is anybody there? I'm bored.
Lock her up, please. Crooked Hillary at it again. Another BS report from the failing New York Times.
3:30.
Hello, it's me.
Again.
Just wanted to let you guys know before I took off for the night.
I loved John.
The failing New York Times.
250 million of you.
Dude, I love John Mulaney's tweet. It said his on a tweet that said, "It said no action needed, not 10,000 shitty jokes."
Great point. No, if it becomes a problem, if Trump starts that shit in the middle of the night, then we'll look into it. But as of now, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go ahead and be alerted for any disaster, any news that comes through.
He's a reactionist, though.
I understand this.
He's not someone that
you also realize that Donald Trump didn't send that out right. He doesn't fucking know what he's doing.
I know, but it's still the presidential alert, and that scares the shit out of me because he's a reactionary guy. If he hears something, whoa, hold on,
I got to pass this on.
Freeze. Just heard a rumor that there's maybe a tornado forming somewhere in the mid-Atlantic. Just wanted to give it a word.
A tornado in the mid-Atlantic.
I know. He's getting whack information, and he's just passing on. Anyway, as you were, sad.
Dave writes in concerning the presidential alert. Vag, twat, and old man pussy, paren Mike. First, Mike, you wonder why J and E keep rendering old man pussy judgment on you. It's not them just saying. It's not them just saying. Perhaps there needs to be a fourth category, bona fide, old man pussy, and Mike.
Yeah.
That being said, if Mike would have made phone alerts a grievance, I would have given a bona fide plus. Here's what happened to me. I went home a bit sick from work and decided to put my earbuds in with light music to go to sleep. About 30 minutes into my nap.
Let me guess,
when
at 218.
At full volume, the goddamn alert blows my ears apart and scares the holy shit out of me. Bullshit. Stay out of my phone. If there's a nuclear war or zombie apocalypse, I'm dead anyway. Let me enjoy my last few minutes. This is just another example of the stupid people that need help knowing what's going on, ruining the lives of everyone else. Reminds me of Amber Alerts, which I turned off on my phone after being awakened multiple times at 2 a.m.
Oh, I can turn those off?
Now I have to figure out how to get rid of these new alerts. Good day. Oh, I said good day, Dave. Yeah, I turned off Amber Alerts.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about your missing kid.
I get the text of it, but not the audio. Because, I got hit a couple times, in the middle of the night. Fuck, man.
My problem wasn't that the presidential thing came across. Like, we all look at our smartphones 50,000 times a day. It's just normal now. It doesn't need to go, Like, dude, it was in my back pocket, and it scared the shit out of me. It was so much louder than any other alert.
I have no problem with the concept of the alert. Joe writes in.
There's a tornado somewhere.
Walter's stupid grievance. Podcast villains, Mike, you are not in a room full of people who hate you. Quite frankly, your grievance against people putting titles on their jersey is flat out retarded. Obviously, I'm biased, but that still does not change how unbonafide that grievance is. I only wish that my father had the foresight to put Roman numeral 4 on the back of my jersey when I was a kid. Look at his kid, Roman numeral 5 on it. He's got a Roman numeral 5 on his 10-year-old kid's awesome jersey.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Joe wishes he had. His dad had a 4 or the foresight to put a 4 on his. That would have been badass.
Look, it's about this kid right now. You're making it about you.
This is hilarious. I love it.
Do you?
I love the junior, senior, 4, 3, whatever. It's awesome.
It's just, dude, we're focused on you and your greatness right now. No. Now you're making me think about, oh God, his dad and his
Who's making you think about anything?
His his jersey.
I know a lot of Mike's complaints, whether they're grievances or not, are all these people making me do this, they're not making you, dude, turn the fucking TV off. Turn the radio off. Turn your phone off.
No, stop making
Go for a walk.
Think about your fucking dad and granddad and great granddad. Hey, when a grievance, you're the one that stated the rules. When a grievance finds you, it finds you.
Understood.
There's no bad grievances.
Well, one would hope it gets judged bona fide, but we know that there's alternative judgments.
Mine are more irks. I have irks.
Maybe so.
Can we start a new one where I just do irks and you guys?
But you can do that anytime you want, just on the show.
Yeah.
I know, but I like the music going and stuff, and then knowing all eyes are on me and paying attention to me right now because I've got a beef. Maybe that's what I have. Beefs and irks.
Hey, don't forget, everybody, October is Show Us Your Sausage Month for Kowalski. So Facebook us, tweet us, Instagram us with the hashtag Kowalski Quality, and you will be entered to win fabulous prizes. Of course, we need pictures of you and your Kowalski Quality products, such as olive loaf, stadium brats,
Skinless stadium kielbasa,
Hunter sausages,
Oh, yes, please.
Jack's potato salad.
Oh, it's the best. Used to be at Farmer Jack's.
Try it out, everybody.
Very good stuff. Should we call it a day?
Save the rest for tomorrow.
We won't be
Sunday.
here tomorrow. Sunday.
Monday.
Sunday?
Whatever.
The next one of these.
Yeah, we'll do another one of these at some point. When that is, hopefully you'll join us.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen, you guys.